The Crown of Wonder is one of the most enviable items in all of Webkinz. The thing we hunt for, and if we're lucky, we just might get one within our lives. But what if I was to tell you, you could have more than one? What if I was to tell you there was an easier way to get this elusive crown? Well, by the end of this video, you will be a gem hunting pro, well on your way to getting more Crown of Wonders than you ever know what to do with.
Well, if it isn't one of my extra special customers, welcome to the Curio Shop. Good luck finding a gem today.
Hello, my name is Lacon, and welcome back to the Kinz Vault. I have 2 Crown of Wonders, and I'm only a few gems away from my 3rd, and that is all thanks to how I've changed my gem hunting strategy, and that is all thanks to the information that I'm about to share with you. So grab a notepad and maybe some snacks, because Gem Hunting 101 is now in session. So if you don't know what the Crown of Wonder is, it's an elusive prize you can get from the gem hunting minigame when you click on the gem hunting category. Artie will show you the gem of the day, which I personally don't think the gem of the day is important if you're watching this video and wanting to get the Crown of Wonder. The only thing that you'll be getting if you get the gem of the day is a chance at a bigger payout if you choose to sell your gem to Artie. And then we have the personal gem collection, where all the gems you keep will be stored here until you have enough to trade for a crown, and the map that will open up so you can go and try to find a gem. You only get to go gem hunting once per day, so to make the most of it, we need to know what we're doing before we press the map to go hunting. So in order to get a crown, you need one of every gem there is to collect. And as you complete a color, that part of the crown will sparkle in your gem collection case until the whole crown sparkles, and you'll be allowed to click on the crown and ask to trade your gems for a crown. If you try to click on it before the crown is fully filled in, it will give you a pop-up saying that you do not have all the gems needed to make that trade. Also, if you ever want to check the gems that you have from the comfort of your Webkinz house, you can purchase a Gem Hunt jewel box from the storage section in the W shop. So now that we know our goal and where to find the gem hunt, it's time to focus on the mines themselves. There are 5 different colors of gems that we need to collect: white, red, green, blue, and yellow. And if we're looking inside the gem collection case at any of these colors, you'll see the bottom 3 in each collection are the common gems. These are going to be the easiest ones that you can find. I'm sure all of us probably have a lot of those gems. The middle row that has 2 gems in it, those 2 gems are uncommon gems. They're not as easy to find as the common ones, but they're not as hard to find like the one at the very top. And the very top gem is the rare gem, the hardest one to find, and will probably be the last one you need every time unless you get very, very lucky. And with there being 5 different colors of gems, there are also 5 different mines to choose from for us to start our digging adventure. The Buried Bones mine, the Flea Floater mine, the Muzzle Mouth mine, Howling Horse mine, and Barking Mad mine. Each mine has a certain set of gems that you can find in there, and they can be divided into 3 different categories. So the first category is going to be what I'm going to refer to in the rest of the video as the main color, and that is the mine's main color. You'll be able to find every gem of that color in that mining section. The second category, you'll be able to find uncommon and common gems of that different color. And then the third category, you'll only be able to find the common gems of that color. This might not make sense right now, but as I explain further, it will make sense, but just keep that in mind. Main color, second color, and third color. That's probably gonna be a lot of information to remember. I personally don't even remember all this information all the time. I would just focus on the main mine color. And Webkinz has made a really nice and helpful tip for remembering what the main color of each mine is. And that is the color of the rocks. Once you go inside of any of the 5 mines, the colors of the rocks is going to be the correlating color with the main gem that you can find there. For example, the Flea Floater mine has a green tint to the rocks. So the main color of gems that you can find there are going to be the gems from the green collection. So let's go ahead and go through the mines one by one, and I'll show you exactly what you can find in each one. Starting with the Buried Bones mine, the rocks in this mine are gray, or another way to describe it is colorless. So that can be a reminder that we will find white gems here. So the main color is white. You can find all the white gems in this mine. This is going to be the only place that you can find the rare white gem. But you can also find the common white gems and the uncommon white gems. The second color that you can possibly find here is the uncommon and common yellow gems. And then the third color that you will be able to find gem-wise is common blue gems. But the main color for Buried Bones mine is white gems. Next is the Muzzlemouth mine. The rocks in this mine are a reddish orange color, so that way we can remember that the main gems that we're going to be finding in here are the red gems. And since the main color is red, you can find all red gems needed for the collection in this mine, including the rare red gem. This is the only place to find that rare red gem. But the second color that you could possibly find here is uncommon and common white gems. And then thirdly, the common yellow gems can also be found in this mine, but the main color is red. Then we have the Flea Floater mine. The rocks in this mine are green. So that means the main gem that we're gonna find here is, yes, green. You can find any and all green gems here, including the rare green gem. But you can also find the uncommon and common red gems, and then the common white gems as well. But again, Flea Floater mine is green gems. Then we have the Howling Horse mine. The rocks in here are blue in nature, so we can remember that the main color we're gonna find in here is blue. So you'll be able to find all the blue gems, including the rare blue gem. Again, this is the only place you can get that rare blue gem, but you can also get uncommon and common green gems and common red gems. And then the last mine is the Barking Mad mine. The rocks in here are a yellow color, so just like every other mine, we can assume that the main gem we'll find here is yellow. And that is correct. You can find all the yellow gems here, including that rare yellow gem, but you can also find the uncommon and common blue gems and the common green gems. So again, I know that's a lot, but if for some reason you're looking for a common white gem, while yes, technically you could search in Flea Floater mine, I would highly recommend just looking in Buried Bones mine for common white gems, because you'll be able to find those common gems pretty much in a bunch of different places, but the uncommon and most importantly, the rare gem is only going to be able to be found in that main color mine. So I would recommend looking for the common gems that you need in the mine that is correlated to being that main color's mine. So for the white gems, it would be the Buried Bones mine, just so you have a higher chance of hitting that rare gem. And if you just happen to get another color that you need, lucky you, but I would mostly focus on using the mines in correlation with what their main color is. The main reason that I'm telling you what the second color and third color options are is so that way you don't get frustrated or confused if I told you Buried Bones mine is for white gems and then you found a common blue gem in there, because that is possible. And so now that we know what is in all the mines, it's time to actually go mining. And when it comes to actually choosing what rock to hit, I know when I was younger, I thought the sparkles had something to do with it. I would stare at the sparkles a lot and try to figure out what sparkle looked the most different and there may be a gem there. And sometimes that worked, and I was convinced that I was on the right track, but that is not correct. I have not seen or been able to corroborate that the sparkles have anything to do with finding a gem. So just ignore the sparkles. They're just there for looks and aesthetics. They have nothing to do with where a gem is or is not. It does not mean anything. And while I don't have a trick that can guarantee you to get exactly whatever gem you're looking for, the way I can guarantee you get a gem at least 9 out of 10 times is looking for 3 rocks in a row. There will be 3 rocks right beside each other, and with the 3 hits that you have to try to find a gem, use those 3 hits on those 3 rocks that are right beside each other. And using this method, you should always be able to come back to Artie with a gem in hand. Every once in a while, this trick doesn't work, but like I said, 9 out of 10 times it does. And I've not found anything that works better than hitting those 3 rocks in a row. And then once Artie has congratulated you on finding a gem, he'll offer you a price on what he'll take the gem for. The more of that gem that you have in your collection, the lower his offer will be. But that doesn't really matter for us. No matter what he offers you, unless you really need the kinzcash, don't sell the gem. Even if you already have one of them, do not sell it. Every once in a while, I'll allow myself to sell a gem if it's a common gem that I already have 2 to 3 of that gem already. But the main reason you don't want to sell is because 1, we're trying to get that Crown of Wonder, but also collecting multiples means that once you do finally get 1 Crown of Wonder, you're not starting over from scratch to try to get every single gem again. And this will compound on each other, so you'll be able to get the crown faster and faster until every one of your pets is rocking a crown. And also, if you're keeping a lot of the gems, more than just 2 or 3 of each gem, you can go to Doug in the clubhouse, and if you have the gem that he is asking for and trade it with him, you can get prizes that way as well. So it's just better to keep your gems. It's not really worth it. Artie is not your friend in this case. Do not sell your gems to Artie. And then finally, the main tip I have is just to be patient, mainly because this is a once a day activity, so it will be slow. And also because this game does include RNG and some luck. And what I mean by that is, if we look at the Flea Floater mine, all the gems that I just said could be found in there doesn't mean that every single one of those gems is somewhere inside the mine. There may be 3 or 5 of those gems from that list in the Flea Floater mine on the day that you're choosing to mine. So for example, on a Monday, there may be 5 gems from that list that you could get from mining that day. And then on Tuesday, there's a completely different set of 5 from the same list. And this is what really makes the rare gems actually rare. So you may be spending a bit of time in the mine, even though you're only looking for 1 gem. because there's not actually a guarantee that the gem that you're looking for is actually available in the mine on that day. I hope that makes sense. I don't know how else to explain it, but the main thing is just to be patient. The way of doing Crown of Wonder in this way, it's slow starting out, but it does compound and get faster and faster with each time. But if you take the knowledge from up above, you will be able to get a Crown of Wonder. This is also all from a blog post by Steve Webkinz from back in like 2020. And that blog post is what helped me to fully understand the gem hunting and also how I was able to change my gem hunting strategy. And it's also where I got a lot of the graphics for this video. So I'll leave a link down below to that blog post so you can check it out as well. So this is not just me coming up with ideas of or theories of this is how it works. No, this is coming straight from Webkinz themselves. This is what they say, and this is just how I go about using the information that they've given us. But with that being said, thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me today in the Kinz Vault. I hope this video helps you understand the mines and gets closer to that elusive Crown of Wonder. If you have any questions, if I didn't explain something very well, please leave questions down in the comments below and I'll try my best to answer, because I want all of us to be able to be rocking our Webkinz Crown of Wonders. But don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more Webkinz content, and I'll see you next time in Webkinz World. Bye!
Congratulations! Looks like you found yourself a gem. You can keep that gem for your collection and try for that legendary Crown of Wonder, or I can buy it from you if you like. Let me see what I can offer. Wow, congratulations! You found the gem of the day. I could really use one of those, so I'm willing to offer you a super special price for it. What do you say? No deal, huh? Okay. Good luck with that collection.